Hi guys, how you doing? My name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here in my flat in Rochester, Kent. Um, I'm obviously on my own with my pets. It's been a tough week. So last night I took Max out for a walk, and I have had been live streaming on TikTok about 2 or 3 times throughout yesterday, and as you know, trolling on TikTok is one of those things that comes with the territory. People take the piss out of everything. There's an old lady, um, well, I don't think 70's old this day and age. I'm sorry, but it isn't. Sprightly 70-year-old lady, and she makes it well known she's a lesbian on TikTok. And she's very, very confident, and she doesn't care what people say. And she's put a post up this morning. She's an old lady. She dyes her hair blonde. Older woman. I think she's funny. I think she's hilarious, and I'd love to be like her when I'm 70. I mean, not giving a shit what people say. So she's dyed her hair blonde. She's got glasses, and somebody called her Jimmy Savile, and she just said, "I mean, you got anything else you can say?" You know, you said, she said, you've you've taken the mickey out my nose, you've taken the mickey out my teeth. She said, is that the best you can do? Calling a 70-year-old woman Jimmy Savile, right? 70-year-old lady suffering from trolls having a go at her. Now, TikTok really need to do something about it. I mean, it's ridiculous. Who are these people that just sit there going through TikTok and absolutely trolling everybody imaginable? It's ridiculous. So I had a look at that this morning, and I thought, well, I can see, you know what I mean? I can see where they're getting it from, but I mean, that's not nice at all. But then it makes you think, well, you're not the only one, but this woman is thick skinned, very thick skinned, and she does it. She just puts their comments up on her TikTok channel for everybody to see. But it makes me feel like I'm not alone. So all the trolls do is call older people on TikTok horrible names like that because they're using TikTok and they're a bit older. So I got this went out last night, and they pick on my weight, and they've done it since I started YouTube in 2009. I got SIM cards sent to my address with derogatory names on them. I don't mind saying it. Crystal Fatters, Fatty Crystal, actually sending SIM cards to my address with names on like that. Fatty Crystal. Um, the thing is, when you're sat in front of a camera, now the camera is close to me, it's very close, you can look bigger than you actually are. And as I've said to the live stream last night on TikTok, if I put the camera away from me, you'll see that I've got a big chest. I've always had a big chest, and even if I lose weight, they don't really shrink. I don't really want them to shrink. They're me. So basically, someone shouted out last night fat and some other derogatory word, and I didn't know where it was coming from. I didn't see them. I heard them, but I didn't see them. And he's been having his kids upstairs up for most of this week. And if I go outside and I get upset, I come home and it makes me anxious and angry. And then the noise becomes unbearable, you see, the noise starts. So I get bullied outside, which I did last night, and then I come home and there's a tremendous amount of noise on top of the ceiling. and it can make you feel like you're going to explode. It affects your mental health, it upsets you, and then your physical health starts to suffer when you are not getting any relief from this bullying. I'm getting bullied inside the block of flats, I'm getting bullied outside of it, and I've got no escape to release this stress. And then that's when it starts to make you ill, right? So that's Harry. Harry, Harry, Harry. Just wait a minute. My ginger cat. Come on. So last night I came home, I felt stressed, and I did a live stream on TikTok. Now I've been shadow banned because my channel on YouTube is about what I've suffered as a child. I'm trying to help other people. So I've been shadow banned. So on TikTok, I'm getting about 50 views. Well, supposedly 50 views. A couple of extra followers. I don't get gifted. I don't ask for gifts because you're not allowed to ask for gifts on TikTok anymore, and that's a good thing. I've never asked anybody for gifts. I've never begged at all. I always get on with my life, and whatever I'm going through, I usually suffer it alone, as I did as a child, suffered abuse when I was on my own as a kid, right? So there you go. I've always suffered alone. When I was a child and being bullied down the Sydenham High Street, when I used to live in London, I used to suffer it alone. I used to get savagely bullied at school because I was quiet and shy for obvious reasons. And my family was poor. And if you haven't got the latest clothes and the latest stuff, you know what kids are like. Well, it was like that for me at school as well as what I was going through at home. And I didn't want to go to school, but you have to go to school. And I endured it 5 days a week, all through my school, secondary school, from 11 till 16. Almost every day of my school life, I was bullied. And by girls, because it was a girls' school, these were females bullying me. Women, young women, terrorising me at school. I had to go to school. So a similar thing is happening in this block of flats, see. So when I went to school, they don't want you there. They don't want you in the class. They try and get rid of you by being bullying, stealing your belongings, throwing your clothes out the window. I had everything apart from physical violence. I was threatened with it. This black girl threatened to beat me up unless I left school really quickly, and I ran home because she was a big, large black girl, and I ran out of the school gates. It wasn't just one; there was a group of them, a group of black girls threatening me, and I had to go to school. You have to go to school. It's a statutory requirement. And if didn't go to school, my parents and me would obviously get into trouble. So what do you do when the whole class wants you out of the class, but you've got to go to school? I was terrorised from 11 to 16 every day, and it was black girls. Terrorised. No one helped me. And then I'd go home and get bullied by my dad. But here I am now, and I'm nearly 60, and I'm now suffering bullying by neighbours, doing the same sort of tactics as what I was suffering when I went to school. And I'm older now, and I'm not having none of it. What the fuck is it that's going on? So I came home. Someone shouted out "fat" really loudly. I mean, did you really want to tell the whole world about it? Came back into my flat. Thud, thud, thud on the fucking ceiling. Thud, thud, thud. Can't hear anything at the moment. So I put the radio on to drown it out. That's the only reason I've got the radio on. It's off now. You can't hear it. It's to drown the noise out. They get up and they run across the floor. It's not necessarily their fault. The floorboards are as thin as paper. Thump, thump, thump across the ceiling. And if they're doing it all day, I mean, it makes you go deaf. Hyde Housing don't want to take responsibility for it. They don't. They're not interested. So I did a live stream. And I was showing people about gang stalking and how I had a torch shone in my face last night, like I'm some kind of vampire. A torch. They're trying to blind me and make me go deaf as well. And just every time I wear shorts, there's loose dogs. And, you know, the police saying to me, well, if a dog claws you to bits, ring 101. If it bites you, ring 999. Well, do you really want a situation to escalate where a dog cuts your legs and bites you? Really? Absolute nonsense. What the fuck is going on with the police? I know it's lawless Britain, but honestly. So I did the live stream, yeah, last night. Supposed to get 50 views, which isn't a lot when you consider TikTok is worldwide. 50 people watched that video. 50 people listened to it, 50 people watched it. It's not a lot. Chelsea Leah gets 2,000 people in a live stream every time she live streams. So 50 is not a lot, is it? Yeah, when I get up this morning, they're reenacting the TikTok live stream that I did last night, shining lights at me, loud beeps on horns, and being absolutely evil this morning, just after 7 o'clock in the morning. This has been going on since I was a kid. Like someone's trying to exterminate me every day of my life. What the fuck for? It's a little kid. What did I do wrong by being born? For fuck's sake. It's terrible. How can you be gang stalked as a little kid? A little girl. I thought it was funny when me and my little sister used to go out of the Masonette where we used to live in Sydenham. And then kids would come and follow us and they'd try and steal my sister's bits and pieces. And she would be 7 and I would be about 14. And I'd have to flipping chase these kids off, trying to attack my little sister. Because the Masonettes were a similar setup to this block of flats. So the Masonettes we lived in had an intercom with camera, but it was black and white, not colour. So when somebody rings the buzzer at this block of flats, I can see them in full colour. When I was a kid and I used to open the intercom for my mum and dad, that you'd see a black and white figure downstairs. And it was on the first floor like this. And they've started that business of Derek again last night as well. Derek. Signing up to my TikTok as my father, Derek. My dad's been dead since 2021, August the 25th. And they've started that shite again. What is wrong with these people? Let sleeping dogs lie, leave the dead to rest in peace. My goodness. So I finished the live stream and it was lively for a while, and I just put the radio on and drowned the stomping feet out from on my ceiling. And I eventually went to bed, but I woke up with a headache and I felt sick. Because I have to stuff earplugs in my ears every time I go to bed. And you're not meant to do that, are you? Not all the time. So every single day, 7 days a week, I've got earplugs in. I've got a fireplace crackling noise going off all night to drown out them upstairs. Well, they weren't living here full time, so the kids would come round every 2 weeks. But he's had them upstairs about 7 or 8 days now, continuously. And they were living with their mother. And he's had them upstairs all week, and it's been absolutely awful. They've been going out in the morning and coming back in the afternoon. And of course, I've been stuck indoors all day and I felt like shit, as you can imagine. So this morning I got up early, 7:20. Alexa wakes me up, which is good because if I don't want to go out later, it's worse. So gets up, goes out with Max. Life has been a shite for the past week. Shit. And I'm not going to cover it in roses. It's been shit. It's been boring. It's been financially difficult. And I've been struggling to like everybody else. So I goes out. I've not had any breakfast. I haven't even made my coffee. I go straight out because I want to get the dog walk done, because the later you go out, the worse it gets. And we've got people coming from God knows where. There was a couple of girls yesterday, two French bulldogs, right? And they let them loose on the field. And I have seen a little dog being mauled to pieces a while back. And I just want to get out there before they all start letting off their big dogs and they start laughing. They look at you, let it off, and start laughing like they're trying to trigger you. And I just walk past them and keep holding Max and keep him safe, because they're fucking mad. They think what I'm going through is funny, so they start doing it even more, which is absolutely evil, cruel and wicked. That's why I take the camera out and I film it and I photograph it as well, what's going on. So I can't drive, I haven't got a car. So he's got a Ford Mondeo upstairs, navy blue. So by the Travelodge is a silver car for sale. Silver, £2,900. And it looks like a Ford Mondeo. I think it must have been a Ford. I just photograph everything. There was a man dressed up by the co-op with my clothes on, but it looked like the guy upstairs' face. It's unbloody believable. Go. Silver car for sale. £2,850. Go. Silver. Parked outside the Travelodge this morning, where the guy upstairs sometimes parks his car. I obviously took some more photos. And then you've got a car with Roy on the number plate. Roy. Roy is an old man with a balding head. So you capture it, the gang stalking, that's what I've been told to do. Catalogue, date it, and film from a distance, because some of them get aggressive. Obviously they do, because they're doing something shady and out of order, with all these exclusive number plates and what they're doing, and some of them confront you. And I've started doing it since I was confronted and I wasn't doing anything. I was confronted by a couple a few days ago, and he was mimicking what I was wearing. Well, it looked like the next door neighbour, and his thin little sunglasses. So they mimic, they copy. So if I when I do my TikTok, if I put little hearts over they copy. They supposedly don't like you, they hate you, and they want you to stop doing what you're doing, but then they copy you. So if they call you fat, if they call you ugly, they think you're gonna stop doing what you're doing, and they're gonna crush you, and then they mimic and copy you, like repeating parrots and sheep. What do sheep look like? They all look the fucking same, don't they? They all look the fucking same. So when you actually film it and you photograph it, you can see that you aren't going mad. They are mimicking. But you're supposed to be fat, ugly, and horrible. But why are they copying then? Why are they copying? Why are they mimicking? So you've got all sorts of mimicry and corruption going on. And I don't get paid. I haven't been on holiday for 12 years. This is the Derek lookalike Royal Mail man. My dad had long curly hair, so they're subscribing to my channel as Derek. This is the postman. And the post lady looks Australian. She wears a Australian hat, and we've captured the post lady. Looks like TV, doesn't it, to me? That's the post lady. Australian hat without the corks hanging down. It looks like television to me. I'm sorry, but it does. The weird things the neighbours do, and then when you report it, no one does anything about it. And the post with the silly names on the end of the letters. The stupid names. Even the newspapers. In a soap opera, the newspapers are made up, and so is the food names in the shop. Especially some of the new foreign food names that are coming into the stores. I don't even know if it's English television. It could be Polish. It could be Polish TV. I met a Turkish man up in London. It could be Turkish television. I'm not saying it's British TV. Somebody started doing a scenario when I had shorts on last night. And there's this man that keeps walking up and down with a pram, and supermarket, supermarket, do their scenarios. when I'm waiting for a train, the funny people on the railway station, the weird people on. I take photographs everywhere I go. Why don't they like it? It's a public place. I've been on social media since 2009. It's nearly 20 years, right? And my dad used to notice it when we went outside in the car. These funny, weird people. Um, so there you go. Went out, went onto the field. There was a couple. The